I want to start by saying our state's facing a very serious situation with multiple fires. And our hearts go out to Washingtonians who are losing their homes and being evacuated. I was just telling Mayor Brown, I've been sent video of an individual literally driving through their neighborhood and showing the video of home after home after home that's in flames. So it's a heartbreaking situation. We deeply appreciate our first responders who are responding in a really challenging situation and quite heroically to help save lives and help save property. Earlier today, at about, I think, 9 o'clock this morning or so, I declared a statewide emergency and a statewide burn ban because we've heard how challenging the situation is and how challenging we expect it to be, especially this weekend with extremely high winds that you'll be hearing more about, high temperatures, and a really volatile situation. I received word late this afternoon, that the situation in Spokane was rapidly moving into a crisis situation. I arranged for a Zoom call with folks you'll be hearing from today, but many other local, state officials to make sure that we were coordinated in what we were doing, and making sure that we're getting resources where they need to get during this really challenging situation. So obviously been in touch with folks like the mayor and the other folks you'll be hearing from shortly. We appreciate that this is an extremely difficult situation for many Washingtonians. I want them to know we're doing everything we can to get resources out as quickly as possible. We have been anticipating a situation like this. We've been mobilizing for some time, but want Washingtonians to know we're doing everything we can to get help to multiple locations throughout the state. With that, I'll turn this over to Dave Updegrove, our Commissioner of Public Lands, and really appreciate him and his team for the really excellent work that they're doing as well. Dave, I'll turn it to you.
Thank you, Governor. The first point I want to make is this is an extraordinary fire season. This is not normal. This is unusual. We currently have more than a dozen major fires burning across Washington, over 250,000 acres, with about 450,000 acres burned so far this summer. And we're seeing impacts to structures in Spokane. We also have major fires, some of which are impacting homes and properties everywhere from Leavenworth to the Colville Reservation to Tenasket, Packwood, Mazama, White Swan. Throughout the state of Washington, we are seeing fires raging. And the State Department of Natural Resources is going through extraordinary efforts to deploy every resource available to protect life and property. We have more than 4,000 individuals out fighting these fires in Washington state right now. These are not only Department of Natural Resources firefighters, but also partners throughout the state and throughout the country. We have interlocal agreements we put in place, mutual aid agreements prior to fire season. And we have either personnel or equipment from more than a dozen states, from Florida to Alaska, helping us out. A couple days ago, I requested the governor activate the National Guard, and thank you, Governor, for acting so promptly to make National Guard personnel available. We're going to do what it takes to keep this state safe. Folks who are out there in the path of the fires, I encourage you to please heed evacuation notices. We've seen loss of life already this year, earlier in the summer, from folks in the path of fires. These wildfires can move incredibly fast, and they are deadly. So please heed those evacuation orders. And you can always go to the wildfire portal at the Department of Natural Resources website, dnr.wa.gov, where we've compiled contact information for county emergency management agencies for the most current evacuation information. In addition to heeding evacuation notices, I also encourage everyone to not be the spark that starts the next fire. Many fires are human caused, and so please be safe. There's a statewide burn ban in effect. Please heed that ban and be safe and don't start the next fire. One fire can be catastrophic. I also want to finish by sending my thoughts and appreciation to those that are out there putting their lives on the line fighting these fires. It's not only the firefighters who are running into the woods, but also the personnel that are supporting them back at base camp are putting in long nights, day after day. And I couldn't be more proud of the staff at the Department of Natural Resources, as well as all of our partners, and so appreciative of the Emergency Management Division of the State Fire Marshal's Office and the local fire services who are supporting this work. And speaking of local partners, as this challenge grows in Spokane, we look forward to continuing to work closely with the city of Spokane. And at this point, I'd like to hand it off to the mayor of Spokane, Lisa Brown.
Thank you, Commissioner Upthegrove and Governor. The city of Spokane and the region of Spokane has several active fires right now. And what's significant for people to know is that the winds are volatile. And so we need everyone to be on alert. We want them to check the official sources at the state or county emergency management level or at the city of Spokane to find out if they are in an evacuation area, and please evacuate. If they are near an evacuation, please stay alert. And if they are not near an evacuation area, please stay off the roads, because traffic congestion can really impede our response. And we are helping to evacuate people who are vulnerable and need assistance. And in order for those firefighters and police and other emergency personnel to get there, we need everybody to cooperate and be part of it. I'm very grateful for the coordinated response that's happening at the city, county, and state level. And we're not in a place right now where we can talk about the magnitude of the property destruction, but it is a very dangerous situation. And again, we encourage everyone to heed the official warnings and to check in virtually if you can on everyone you know that might need assistance, and certainly get that information to us if you think that you would like emergency responders to help with the evacuation of people. And thank you very much for all the coordination that's occurring.
The Department of Natural Resources, our wildfire response is led by our state forester, George Geisler.
So hello, everyone. Like you heard, my name is George Geisler. I'm the Washington State Forester. I've been asked to give kind of a quick overview of the major fires that we are seeing within the state right now and give you a little bit of context. As you heard earlier, we have about 250,000 acres of wildland fire active on the landscape. This is really within about 5 major complex fires that are going on. Obviously, we're speaking about the Old Trail Fire in Spokane. Like the mayor said, this is basically 3 fires. There is the Old Trail, Fairview, and then the Austin Lane Fire. In that area, there's about 4,000 structures that have the potential threat from this fire. And right now, it is about 3,000 acres. In addition to that, we were able to bring in, there will be a complex incident management team. It is actually arriving right now from California. It's California 7. They are on site to be able to try to provide assistance to not only the locals, but also to help coordinate all of the state as well as national response that is coming to bear on this fire. The next fire that I'd like to bring to your attention is one that is actually northwest of Spokane. This is the Modrite Fire. It is actually about 42,000 acres. This is one where the National Guard has rotors that have actually been helping us for about a week now, working with Washington DNR firefighters on the ground. This fire is seeing very active behavior today, and in fact is crossing the lake kind of as we speak on the east side due to the winds. It does threaten about 100 structures that are to the east, and all of those have been prepped. The next fire that I'll update you on is the Kaiser Canyon Fire. Kaiser Canyon is on the Colville Reservation. It is currently about 134,000 acres. There are firefighters on this on this incident from literally 6 different states, as well as DNR, local fire service, and federal fire service. We're working with the U.S. Wildland Fire Service on this fire. This has been going on for over a week now. We expect this fire to continue on for at least another few weeks, and it's very active today, having burned through Nesquellum and a couple of others. It has lost about 25 structures over the course of the time it's been burning. The next major fire that we're seeing is up in the north central part of the state. This is the Sinlahican fire. It is about 37,000 acres. And this one, again, it's burning in heavy timber. It is spotting for long distances. It is near the communities of Loomis and Tonasket. On this fire, we actually have a CAL FIRE incident management team. We brought in CAL FIRE under a direct state agreement between CAL FIRE and the Department of Natural Resources. They are taking on that fire. And like I said, it's very active. It has moved towards Highway 9. And actually, there's numerous evacuations in place, and we're asking people to move south and out of the area. And then the last fire that I will bring everyone's attention to is what's known as the Little Giant Fire. This fire is to the northwest of Wenatchee. It's about 32,000 acres. It has been burning for a little over a week now. This is one where you'll hear from the general that the National Guard are actually mobilizing to right now as we speak. It's near Lake Chelan. And actually, throughout the day, it has burned significantly and made runs toward Lake Chelan. South of that, there are literally hundreds of homes as well as the state park. All of those are currently being suppressed. The last item that I'll bring up, and you heard this, that we knew that this was coming. We're actually under a severe weather warning, as well as the National Wildland Fire Service has put out a particularly dangerous situation, which is a very rare thing in wildland firefighting, for the combination of drought, fuels, and then also the winds that we are experiencing throughout the day. And with that, I will turn it over to General Gent Walsh. So, General, it's all yours.
All right, let me get the mute to work right. Okay, I've been at this business for a while, and I think I'm almost at 38 years. And this is the roughest combination of series of events that I've seen in my career right now. You've got fires burning at multiple locations around the state that George has talked about. You've got fires burning in towns. You've got level 3 evacuations like I haven't seen before. So this is a very dangerous and very complex series of events that are impacting Washington, especially on the Eastern Washington side right now. So here's what we're doing. So let's go back in the Wayback Machine for a minute. The governor, with some great foresight back in February, authorized me to do whatever I needed to do for fire season. So we'd already talked about moving out with the National Guard months ago. So I just want to assure everybody I've got all the authority that I need from the boss to take care of business right now. And I think that's very important to understand. We are leaning forward. We are looking at possible missions, and we are posturing the fastest we can right now to help Washington State. So here's kind of some of the things we're doing. We've talked about them briefly. We've got 3 helicopters right now up in the Deer Park area. They've been working this Modrite fire for 2 weeks now. And right now, the number one priority in our National Guard aviation is to create more pilots and create more flight crews and helicopters and surge the max availability that we can into the DNR system and help get after some more hot spots around the state. Second thing is I've got 110 firefighters right now up in the Plain, Washington area. We talked about the Little Giant Fire. That's pretty much every firefighter that I've got trained. I've got hundreds more available that can be trained. And again, it's a limiting factor on how fast we can train them, but I've got more folks in the hopper if we need them. So let's talk just a little bit about what's going on in Spokane. Having lived over in Spokane for a number of years in my career, near and dear to my heart. it's a tragedy what we're seeing over there. I think when the sun sets and the sun rises in the morning, I think we're going to be in shock to see some of the scenes that emerge out of there. So just tonight, I've alerted and mobilized 2 different units of the Washington National Guard. One is the 194 Security Forces Squadron from Camp Murray. Those are professional law enforcement and security folks that are going to be made available to the city of Spokane and Spokane County to help in whatever manner that you need them. So traffic control points, evacuation assistance, you name it. I've also activated our 141st Security Forces Squadron right there at Fairchild Air Force Base in Spokane. Both of those units will be available, plus some Army units starting tomorrow for anything, again, that we need. So starting tonight, we're going to have 30 National Guardsmen no later than 8 o'clock tonight made available to Spokane to get after some business tonight. So, Governor, your National Guard is on it. We're moving out, and this is the time that we train for to help our citizens out. So that's it for me.
Thanks, General. Brown, I think we've gone through all of our speakers. Is that right?
That's right, Governor.
Great. And then are you handling the Q&A part of this?
Certainly. Now the speakers are available for questions if you'd like to come off mute.
Yeah, can you guys say if we're going to be accessing FEMA funds after these fires in Spokane County? Are we seeking federal assistance from FEMA?
Yes, this is Stacey McLean, the state coordinating officer for Washington Emergency Management. Right now, FEMA has approved a fire management assistance grant, which is helping with costs for fire suppression. Depending on what the damages are, we will take a look at that, as General said, after tomorrow to see if there's damages or following days that would help out that we'd go to FEMA with. But we'd have to assess the damages before we'd request the next type of declaration.
And I'll just add, this is Governor Ferguson. So, we appreciate FEMA's assistance. They came through for us in a significant way with the historic flooding we have. But there's been something, to Stacey's point, that we have been actively pursuing and will, when we gather more information, we'll of course be making sure we maximize any appropriate requests to FEMA, and just really appreciate their partnership in the past and look forward to having in the future as well during this really challenging time.